It's 14:16 on June 25th. You gotta mute your phone. It's June 25th, 2021, the year of our Lord and Savior. And I just got invited by Clay's people to the next event. So I'm going to post it right now on Telegram. I guess I'm becoming quite the jet setter. How could I not go if I'm invited to a Clay event, right? This one's sold out, but there's other ones that are coming. It's the next Health and Freedom Conferences, July 17th and 18th. I believe July 17th and 18th is sold out, but the August 19th, 20th, and 21st in Grand Rapids, Wisconsin is still, they're still selling tickets. And they're selling tickets September 24th and 25th, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And apparently I got an open invite from Clay's people. Thank you, Clay Clark. And you know who you are. I don't know if you want to be confidential, so I'm not saying your name, but thank you, sir, for the invites. And how can I not go? It's so good to see everybody in person that are watching the videos, and Clay's people are my people, and vice versa. So I'm going, and I'm going to post it right now on Telegram. Again, I'll figure out how to afford it. This is how I operate. I'm just like, okay, I can't project being able to afford it, but I'm going to go, and I'm going to trust God. Business plan? I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm kind of, I'm just trusting God in this process. I'm driving, but don't worry, I'm concentrating, so I'm not talking. I can't do three things at one time. MustangMedic is going. Hope to see you there. Boom. Just put it up on Telegram. So it looks like as I'm going to Ohio, getting ready to go to North Dakota, I'm going to Anaheim on the 22nd for a couple days. And it's all media. All media can go. So it's going to be a media frenzy. And if you guys watched my my video of Mike Lindell today, if you've missed it, I highly recommend it. It's uncut Mike for 17 minutes talking to the media. And the way I videoed it was I showcased the media people also. I didn't just do a static shot like the media does of Mike, you know, close crop of his shoulders and his head. I went all the way around the back, gave you a sense of what he's looking at when he's talking to the media, and went behind the media. So I moved around just because I want to give you guys background in DC, not just the media narrative. So I hope you appreciate that. I'm not going to be able to read your text just because I'm driving, but know that you're appreciated. So I've got a whole bunch of new posts to do. It was so much fun at Clay's. I really was quite shocked. I didn't really know what to expect when I went. And it was the first event that I've gone to publicly since January 7th when I started doing this. It'll be past my the 6-month anniversary, and there were so many people just filling up your cup, you know what I mean? I went through a couple of weeks of people just hating on the messages, you know, which is unity, which is, go figure, and truth. People don't like being called out or lying. They don't enjoy it. It's not something that's pleasurable for them, which I understand. Of course, how would it be pleasurable? But the truth shall set you free. And we're about an hour out from the hotel. The event's tomorrow. I think it's Mario, can you unmute yourself and tell people the time of the details of the rally and the tickets that you have to purchase? Are you there, Mario? Lost him.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me pull up the window.
I'm gonna have to. It's pretty garbled what you're saying, so I'll repeat what you say. I think it starts at 2, right? Or no, it opens at 2 and it starts at 7. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, so it starts at 2 p.m., which is 1400, meaning everybody can get there and just have a love fest. You know, a Trump love fest. Can't beat that. That's going to be rejuvenating. And then it's
Doors open at 7 p.m.
The doors open. The doors open. Well, wait a minute.
No,
You
2
get it.
p.m., 2 p.m., but the event starts at 7.
Right. So the doors open at 2, but the event starts at 7, and I guess it goes to 10. I'm guessing that, or later, because if President Trump wants to talk, he's going to talk, and we're going to listen. And it will be interesting. It'll be very interesting. You have to get tickets, and I'm going to copy that link right now and put it on Telegram. Hopefully you guys are on Telegram. But I got a link sent to me about registering for the tickets. Hang on, I'm going looking for it. Mario, can you send me that link again? I don't see the link you sent to me. I don't know if it's just panning down.
Actually, what I can do is post the link in the live stream YouTube chat right now.
Okay, yeah, good. So, I guess we should just say it, Mario. Mario is he's an admin on both YouTube and Telegram, supporting moi, and I have another admin that's top secret. We can't talk about him. How do I address this? I don't go on other people's chats. Very rarely do I go on chats. When I go onto somebody else's chat, they're usually small groups. But I do have people that support MustangMedic that for some reason enjoy watching other people's chats, and everybody's got moles. I got moles. I know it because I see my stuff going in other chats, because I'm not looking at the chats, but my admins are looking at the chats, and he sometimes filters out, gives me feedback. I don't need to hear like all the hate, and then it's not necessary, but talk about. So there is no secret, and everything will come to light. So can't we all just get along and start to go after the truth and not attack each other? I'm a peacekeeper. It's a little harsh when I have to report the truth on somebody that's lying, but God told me to do it, and then I was very apprehensive when I woke up and God said, show them what's true online. I'm like, because in a way, the new media, meaning the people that are online, there's more of them than just CNN and MSNBC and ABC News and all them, and they're getting smaller and smaller in their audience because people know that they got an agenda. We've lost the most of the media. I'll say most because there's some media, mainstream media, that are true, but most of the mainstream media just are operatives for the DNC. That's obvious to everybody, to Democrats and the Republicans and the Independents and the Constitutionalists, that's what I identify as. So I am a supporter of everybody that seeks information. So the anons, I'm not a Q person or anything like that. I'm not an anon necessarily, because my definition of an anon is somebody that believes 80% of what some people are saying without proof. My perspective is I have to have proof before I state something as a fact. Because some people state stuff as a fact. Like, for instance, here you go, hot topic. People are like, yes, JFK Jr. is alive for sure. They have no proof of it. I can't find proof. I promised a special back on Memorial Day. We're still working on it. We're trying to find out who started the rumor. It's about 4 years ago was the first indicator that people were spreading a rumor that JFK Jr. survived the plane crash. I did speak to somebody that knows a pallbearer. I'm trying to get an interview with him. He was a pallbearer at JFK Jr.'s wedding, and he does not believe he's alive because there's been no contact to him, and he says there would have been contact. So I'm sorry to say that. I'm sure it's triggering some of you that are holding on to hope to that, but there's no evidence yet. I will do a special on how he disappeared and how the rumor started when I can figure out who was the initial initiator of the JFK Jr. story. If any of you know, and you can text it to intel at officialmustangmedic.com to help us out, I'd appreciate it. There's been so much going on in DC, as you know from the videos, that I haven't really just been home for a day working on a special. I call them specials when we dive in deep. We got a special set up for the internment camps in China. Some people say they don't exist. Other people say there's intel. So we're looking at like satellite images and doing the best we can to figure out what we think is going on in China. China's like closed, you know. And I'm sure there's some kind of Chinese spies for America in there, but boy, are they deep cover. They got to be deep cover. I can only imagine what's going on. There's a lot we don't know. And again, the beginning of wisdom is to recognize we don't know 95% of what's going on. Oh boy. So this is Ohio. I don't remember Ohio being so hilly. I thought it was all flat. But this is a different way of going. I'm coming from DC, going out there. I guess we could call that an awkward silence. Has Camilla gotten to Texas yet today? Is she doing her photo op to say that she's trying to do something? Man, I'll tell you, if I was in McAllen, Texas, I would be fuming. But it was so predictable. When we went about 2 months ago, I said it was just going to continuously get worse and worse and worse because they're not dealing with the issue. And I think approximately 150,000 people came in illegally from the southern border last month. I don't think we have numbers yet on June, but get ready because it's probably going to be close to the same or greater than, because they will not say, she will not say that if you come across the border, you're going to get deported immediately. And the fact that they're not saying that's giving them hope. And I understand that. I'd be the same way. If I was in Mexico making $5 a week and my kids were starving, heck yeah, with Sarah and Rachel, I'd run across the border because if I thought I could get into this fantastic country. So I have empathy for people, you know what I mean? I'm not, my family, most of my family was Spanish because my ex-wife was from Acapulco. So I know a lot of Spanish people. They're great people. They're generous people. They love their families. They're passionate people. That was my experience of the Mexican culture. And I have empathy for them wanting to be in this country. Who wouldn't want to be in this wonderful country? I just was fortunate enough to get born here. You know what I mean? Thank God I'm an American citizen. Praise Jesus. Now we just got to make sure we keep our freedoms. Our freedom of speech is being threatened right now in these historic times. And it's obvious to almost everybody. The people that don't see it will see it because it's coming. The persecution's coming. And there's blessings in the persecution. There's blessings in the persecution. So I guess chat among yourselves and just enjoy the road. It's not an exciting video, but it's reality of what's going on right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Michael? Hi, I'm back. All right, I'm back then. Thank you to Mario. I'm sitting here talking and driving and didn't know that I was disconnected. Michael, I met Michael. He was selling his papers at the Trump rally in DC on January 6th. He was nowhere near the Capitol either. I'm telling you, I'm thanking God that I was distracted, honest to God, because there's people, like I said in the last one, there's people getting arrested for just standing next to the Capitol, which is crazy. That is so where are our rights? Where the heck are our rights? So we're going to look into that and get details of what are they doing with these detained people and exactly how many detained people there are there because of this event. Of course, nobody in Portland's been detained. They've all been released within 24 hours. Like I said, Camilla was willing to donate towards that. Lunacy, absolute lunacy. Military. There's got a little military convoy here. Love our troops. Love our troops. And most of them are young guys. They're like 18. Well, I've met a lot of 20-year-old guys and women that are serving our country. It was National Guard. There were Marines there too. But great people. And I get opportunities to talk to some of them when they're on leave, when they're not in uniform. We've run into each other on the streets of DC, and I've had long conversations with them. And they're the salt of the earth. They are our children. We do not want them going back to Afghanistan when we pull out. At 9/11, Joe Biden's infinite wisdom says we're going to pull out everybody 9/11. Imagine being an Iraqi that helped out the Americans. How you feel? Not Iraqi, an Afghani, that you helped out the Americans, and you know that every single one of them is going to leave. And what we got to look into is, what are they doing with the weapons? I haven't heard anything about the weapons. From what I understand, we leave the weapons because it's cheaper, and they don't all get destroyed. So we're going to be seeing, I believe, I don't have to know this for a fact, my opinion is, we're going to be seeing our Humvees and our weapons killing people again, because let's face it, in the middle, over there in Afghanistan, there's so many tribes that all hate each other. There's going to just always be violence, and we keep praying for world peace. But the only peace that we really experienced was 4 years of President Trump. No wars in the Middle East. We had to send some rockets over there, show them we meant business, and everybody respected us. Even though the media wants to say we weren't respected, we were. Within fear is respect, and we did not. He also connected Israel with Saudi Arabia, and they flew a passenger jet from Israel to Saudi Arabia. That hadn't happened for, I think, 30 years. Of course, the media ignores it. I think 3 different congressmen or senators recommended him for the Nobel Peace Prize. Of course, Nobel ignored it. President Obama gets a Nobel Peace Prize for getting elected. President Trump has peace in the Middle East for 4 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still in Afghanistan already. But there was no major uprisings for 4 years. How somebody that has the Trump derangement syndrome can ignore that fact is, I admit it, it's mind-baffling. But if somebody's saying it and I'm interviewing them, I'll just listen, because I'm always showing examples of listening. At times it's not easy. Thank you for your donation. I can't read it. I apologize for that. But thank you very much for the financial support, especially since I'm now going to Anaheim.
$20.
Thank you, Mario. You don't need to say the amount, please.
All right.
Thank you. But I know you're trying to help. Thank you. Mario monitors. Actually, Mario, you're monitoring it. So since my daughters aren't here, if there's any questions, let me know and I'll answer them. So Mario can read the text while I'm driving, so I'm being safe. And if there's a question, if you guys have any questions for me, Mario can read them for you, and I'll repeat what Mario says in case it's kind of garbled through the car. Military. Let's go water tank. Look at that vehicle. God bless her. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. They waved back. That was cool. Love those guys. When you say thank you to a military person or a veteran, they always make a special point of thanking you back. Always. They are always grateful for the acknowledgement of the service they did for our country. Whether you agree with the conflict or not, Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, they still served our country, risked their lives because they were told to do that, and they served our country. They deserve honor. Honor them. Just simply say thank you for your service. And buy pins over at the Lincoln Memorial, because that's the Rolling Thunder group. And Rolling Thunder isn't just a bunch of patriots on Harley Davidsons, which I am guilty of thinking that. I spoke to the organizer, I can't remember his name, of Rolling Thunder over there by the pin booth. That's what made me think of it. And Rolling Thunder is a protest. It's a rolling motorcycle protest about the government getting the rest of our POWs' remains out of Vietnam. So Rolling Thunder is a protest to inspire our government to make a concerted effort to go and search for remains that have. There's still a lot of POWs. That's why the POW flag, especially Vietnam, there's POWs everywhere, because you can only imagine what happens when explosions happen. But the POW flag always flies, from my experience, always flies under the American flag on the Capitol, as well as the White House. So I'm glad that they do that. I can't imagine that they'll someday ever have everybody. And some of our guys chose to stay over there. They got into relationships with women that were from there, and they stayed. And they probably passed away or are still living there, and nobody knows about it. Some guys just checked out, Military. Look at that bad boy. Love it. They beat back. That's what's cool about having a Mustang, is it's kind of an American icon. You know what I mean? It's just like, 64 when they first came out. They've never stopped. The Mustang has always been an American icon for me. I'm gonna do it again. See if they beat back too. Awesome.
Brinkley is asking, where are you, Mustang?
I'm, hang on. Hey, Siri. Where am I?
You're at I-80W, Strongsville, Ohio.
Strongsville, Ohio. Strangsville. I'm in Strangsville, Ohio. Mario, could you hear the beeps on the stream, on the live stream for the military trucks?
Only through your phone.
Oh,
I'm not putting that footage so I can listen to you.
oh, I'll have to listen. I'll listen to this live stream later to see if you get the beeps. They're pretty loud. It's pretty cool.
Annie Lane is asking, purpose of a Trump rally?
Purpose of a Trump rally is it's an event. A lot of my viewers care about President Trump, as well I. And when there's rallies and for Democrats, I'll go and cover it too. I'm gonna cover everybody. But heck yeah, I'm gonna go. The reason that I'm going to a Trump rally is, one, I think that President Trump is one of the best presidents we've ever had. Some of you are triggered right now. That's okay. I can respectfully disagree. The man's got his finger on the pulse of the Republican Party. I mean, they're 75 million people, probably more, a lot more, voted for this man. They're not going anywhere. They recognize that he kept his word. Yeah, he's a businessman. Whatever about his personality. I liked his personality because I was so sick of, for me, George W. Bush put up with the media too much. They just trashed him and trashed him. He stayed quiet. You know, so-called being presidential. You know, whatever presidential is to you, that's a perception of what presidential is. I like Teddy Roosevelt. You know, I like President Trump for their style, for their aggressiveness, for them just, you know, being men. Sorry, ladies, but you know what I mean. Oh, and then President Obama, it was such a love fest. You know, he could send money, you know, 400 million in Deutschmarks and Swiss francs in cash, and they don't barely mention it. And I saw the pictures of that private jet, that military jet, a Learjet gray, with the money on a skid being delivered to Iran. Hello? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what the media would have done with that if President Trump sent that money to Israel in cash? It can't be traced. President Obama did. And I also have a future interview with somebody that I met that was from his village in Kenya, and his family members. So he's promised me an interview, so I'm gonna actually have something on that. It's kind of old history, but he's first person in an experience, so I got to get an interview. Anybody that's first person that's willing to share something, I'm gonna give him a floor, give him a platform to talk, and then we can discern what's true and what's not true. Because they're talking from first person. I can't verify everything. What's not verified, I'm always going to tell you about. And again, the sources, I don't report on stories unless I've got 3 or 4 sources that are reliable saying the same thing. So it's not just reliable sources, you know, say that President Trump's hair is fake, you know, that kind of stuff. They just make it up as they go.
Here's another question for you.
Yeah.
What if God removed Trump?
Well, God has his hands on everything. I heard somebody had a point of view about President Trump saying about Gaza Strip and being able to separate Gaza from Israel, and they believe that God's blessing was off of him when they did that. That was a belief. I don't know. That was just somebody sharing with me, saying that God did that. God allows things to happen, and God allowed President Trump to get elected. God allowed this situation with the election. You know, I can't talk details about it on YouTube. You know, he's allowing the things. He allowed the towers to come down. You know what I mean? You know, we have free will as a people, so we can mess up our lives as much, which is selfishness. All of us deal with it. All of us deal with selfishness. You know, anybody that says they're not selfish is denying themselves they're selfish. And anybody that says they're humble, which I always say is a joke, is not humble. You know what I mean? Because, you know, perception's your reality. So if God removes President Trump, then he removes President Trump. I'm not one of those people that think everything wants President Trump back in. He's going to motivate him to run, which he's not officially announced he's running. Maybe he'll. I don't know. Knowing him, I'm going to guess here to see if I'm wrong. I'm praying he's going to start his own network, so I have a format that I can speak about subjects that I can't speak about now. That's monetized, so I can afford to stay in DC because I'm doing this full time. You know what I mean? This is like a full time wing and a prayer. You know, on the generosity of the people that care about what I'm doing, and the views of people that care what I'm doing. This format on YouTube. Anybody can watch. Anybody can do it. I'm not putting myself on a paid channel, forcing anybody to pay. You can choose to donate. You can choose not to donate. I want the message out. It's about the message. It's not about the numbers. Yes, we got 170,000 subscribers right now. That's really good. I'm glad. I'm grateful for that. That's inspiring views. But reality is this shadow banning thing's a real thing. I mean, it's a real thing. And I didn't know it. I used to watch Liberal Hive Mind. I still see Liberal Hive Mind occasionally. He's got good stuff. He's got his channel's got like 750,000 subscribers. And he was always talking about shadow banning. And I was thinking, at first I was thinking it was just one of those things, you know, Stratosphere in around January 20th, 17th to the 20th, oh my gosh, this is going to go to 1 million. We're going to go to 1 million. So it got up to 167,000, and then it shut down. The content was continuing every day, same kind of content, all kinds of stuff, and then suddenly went to like 300 subscribers a day. People that have been subscribed to me since 2011 were getting unsubscribed, and they had never been unsubscribed before, and not getting notifications. And then I think you saw that video I did of somebody subscribing and hitting all notifications, and then me doing a post like 10 minutes later, and they did not get notified. So people are not getting notified of the new posts, so they have to go back. So you have to share it with your friends and say, hey, MustangMedic's still here. Some people think that I just was there for like 2 weeks and disappeared because they're not getting notifications. So shadow banning exists. They are controlling the message. I'm glad I'm still up.
Hey, John.
Let me know when I'm close. I'll beep as I go by. Military. It's raining.
Yeah, Jonda is saying, wish you had time to meet me and my husband for a beverage in Columbus.
Oh, I appreciate it. I got to meet up with the people that I'm going to be staying with. I appreciate that. There are going to be those times I can do that kind of stuff, but I'm working with other people in the hotel we're staying in. We're splitting the room to save money. I'm trying to stretch this out as far as I can, because that 2 weeks of those 14 days of being down was half the budget for the month gone. They just took it out.
Yeah, she's warning
I'm gonna
us.
beep. I can't help myself. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, what?
She's warning you that you may be running into some rain soon.
That's funny, because look at the rain. Here comes the rain, do-do-do-do-do. Here comes the rain, my friend, and it's alright.
You need Rain X.
I have Rain X on the glass. I have Rain X. Actually, no, I did Rain X on the white cards that hide the dirt. Mustangs, the car is just an object. It's just, it can be replaced if it goes bye-bye, whatever happens. I'm not attached to the car. Do I like the car? Do I giggle when I look at it that God actually allowed this car to be in my possession? Yes, I'm amazed. But I always tell my girls, it's just metal and rubber. You do not make a car an icon. God is the most important thing, because once you make it an icon, he'll take it away. We serve it. Any more questions, Marion? Are you there, Marion? Did I lose you?
Yeah, sorry, I done you. Yeah, that seems to be, so far, I think we're all caught up.
All right.
If anybody wants to...
Pound question mark? What do you mean pound question mark? What do you mean?
Like, the pound mark, question mark, so that way, and then ask the question so I can read it off. It highlights it for me.
It highlights it for you?
Or, so I can identify the question.
No, it's not like something that's in Telegram. It's just what you're saying. Okay. Well, at least this will wash all the bugs off the front.
What's your traveling speed right now?
71 miles an hour. Oh, I gotta pull off. In 0.9 miles. All right, I guess I'm gonna end the live stream here. Just wanted to show you guys the beginning and the end of the road trip. And if anything's interesting tonight, I'll show it. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you any DC stuff today, since I'm not there. Know that you're appreciated, know that you're loved, and I'm gonna end this with 1. We are all related. Science has proven Adam and Eve to be true. 2 DNA strands, 1 man, 1 woman, created 7.5 billion people. Science has proven it. Adam and Eve is in the book. 2, We can all listen to each other by not over talking each other, simply giving the person an opportunity to talk. I know I'm guilty of over talking people sometimes. Nobody's perfect, but we always have to strive for not over talking and not getting triggered and reacting. Just take in what they're saying, even if you vehemently disagree with it. 3, we can respectfully disagree. I can still respect, Don and I are still friends with stuff some of the stuff he said in the last live stream tested me. It tested me, and we're still friends. And then finally, and not the least important, is we can love one another by simply lifting each other up with, I appreciate you. I thank you for, whatever. It's a very, very, very simple thing to do. Those are the 4 tenets of MustangMedic. And I am going to find the truth. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to report on myself. And in time, anybody that is, thinking or suspicious, I understand. You've been lied to so much online by stuff. I understand the suspicion. But in time, you'll see that I am answering to God, and I'm going to report, no matter how boring it is, at the White House, I'm going to report the truth, and I'm not marketing to you for the views, although appreciated. It's the message that counts. God bless, guys. I appreciate you, and if I don't talk to you anymore tonight, well, I'll talk to you on Telegram, but God bless. Thank you.